Imagine I walk into a restaurant, or let's say a shop, where there is a discount of 10%, which means if you buy something for 100 rupees, you actually got to pay only 90 rupees. If you buy something for 150 rupees, you got to pay only 135 rupees. So you will get a discount of 10% almost. Which means whatever is the price, you must multiply it by 0.9. So let us now write a program which takes as input the cost and then tells you the price after discount. Basically, it must simply multiply by 0.9 and then give you the answer. Okay? Now, how do I go about this? Let me teach you something. Print. What is the cost? Alright? What is the cost? And you enter something. What should that be? Cost for C is cost. C equals input. I'll say what is the cost. This is how it is done, right? Bracket and a bracket like this. And it will wait for you to enter. When I press 150, it takes C as 150. C print C. I'm sorry. Print within bracket C gives you 150. Correct? Now, I will say print, let's say answer is equal to C times 0.9. It is throwing some error, you see. We must understand this. Whenever we ask for C, the C, you wrote 150, but the computer sees it as, it doesn't see it as a number, it sees it as what is called a string. Now, assume this is like your vehicle can only take diesel, it cannot take petrol. If you fill petrol, you're doing a huge mistake. You probably will be making your vehicle unusable. Correct? So, this is now treated as string. On string, you cannot do any kind of mathematical operations. So, there is a way to handle this. What you must do is you should convert the string to a number. This is done by the following way. You say D equals int of C. Now, print D. This will be a number. Now, this you can do. Answer equals D times 0.9. And now if you print answer, it will have 135. If you found it difficult to understand what I said, let me start from the beginning. Okay? So let me clear the screen. Let's do full screen so that you're able to see everything. Okay? I say C equals input, right? Input. Enter the cost of the item, and then you will enter something, let's say 200. Okay? Now print C is 200. You cannot do any addition or subtraction on this C now. That's how it is. You might be wondering why. Now, all these programming languages come with its own way of handling. You probably are wondering how difficult is it to ensure that the people who made Python gave us this facility of manipulating C directly. Why should we do this? But this is the standard. So what should we do? We should say D equals, convert this to integer. That's the command for it. Int of C. Again note, if you simply say D equals integer of C, it will show some weird error like this. Name integer is not defined. If you can guess, it is just saying that I don't know what you mean by integer. When I say D equals int, it knows. It converts the value in C onto an integer like value. So D is now assigned the value 200. This 200 is in D. And since it's an integer, it is ready to take your arithmetic operations. You can do math on it. So what is my math? Answer will be 0.9 times, please note you should put a star here, that's the multiplication symbol, not your typical X that you do in school days, okay? If you do that, it will show an error. You put a star here. Star is on your keyboard, it's just on top of the number 8. 0.9 times D. That's the answer. So now I print answer. It will give you 180, which is the discounted price after removing 10% from what you input. Now, what is our job? Our job right now would be to write a code for this, the entire thing. How do we go about? Print. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, how are you? Let us compute the final price after discount, is what they say. Okay, enter. Alright, now next. What is that? C equals input, enter the cost of the item. Okay, and then you should do D equals int of C. And then finally you should say answer is equal to 0.9 times D. And finally you must say print the cost after discount is, close the colon, comma, say answer, and there you are. This will do everything that you want it to do. First it will print hi, how are you, etc. And then it will say enter the cost. You will enter whatever you enter goes to C. And then D will be a convert of C. You're converting a petrol car to a diesel car. It's something like that. Okay, so that you can write it the way you want. See, there's a difference between a diesel engine and a petrol engine. You cannot treat one like the other. Correct? So D equals integer of C. Now D becomes a integer variable. You can do all sorts of mathematical operations on it. I told you this is how Python works. So you should not ask a lot of questions there. Right? So answer is equal to 0.9 times D. If you don't understand, this is how you compute discount, right? 90% of the original value is what you get after 10% discount. Okay, you need a pen and paper to work this out, but trust me, my math is decent enough that I can tell you that this is the formula. Answer equals 0.9 times D. So then finally I print the cost after discount is the answer. Let us see what happens to this code. Go to run and then run this. See, there's a shortcut as well. You can use F5 to run it. I'm doing it the age-old way. Don't call me a bad programmer. There are a lot of nice ways in which you can run this code. In fact, I don't like using a portal like this. I like doing it on the command prompt. But to make you understand, I am using it the old school way. So run. Hi, how are you? Let us compute the final price after discount. Enter the cost. I bought something for 1,000 rupees. 10,000. Okay, 10,000 rupees. So what will be my discount? 10% gone should be 900. Let's see. And I press enter and here you are, 900. Do you see the speed with which it computed 900? Now that is computers and that is programming. You write in such a long way what it should do and it executes in like boom, a fraction of a second. And that is what makes programming interesting. So what did you just now learn? You learned how to write a piece of code to compute the final discount price, right? Sky is the limit. Go ahead, see this video again and try to write a code which takes a value and then tells you what will happen if you were to sell this item with 15% profit, which means you take something for 100 rupees and you sell it for 115 rupees. Go ahead, write the code and see if it works fine or not.